You know, I may look a little ridiculous trying to put my size medium boonie cover on my now size, probably XL locks, head, all of that good stuff. But you know, what may have happened on Karg Island in Iran may make us look ridiculous because we may have fallen into what is called the escalation trap. Let's just summarize what just happened today. The president ordered a strike on the Karg Island, but he says he did not target their or terminals. Karg was already struck earlier in this conflict. Karg Island doesn't seem to be their only means of export for the Iranians. But big picture is the U.S. Navy, I don't know if they're 100% ready to escort tankers through the Strait of Hormuz. I hope they don't, quite frankly. I just kind of want this whole thing to stop. We do diplomatic stuff and kind of get back focused on us over here in America. There's a possibility that we may use Delta Force, Green Berets, maybe even the Marines. We'll talk about that here in a second, to take Karg Island. I hope that's not the case. And if we take it and take their oil, we got to worry about now them lobbing drones and missiles at an island we now occupy because it's only 16 miles off the coast of their mainland. So much stuff going on. But apparently they just deployed the Marines. I don't know why this made such headline news. I guess because the CENTCOM commander, Admiral Bradley, requested, I guess, additional support by way of a Marine Expeditionary Unit. Now, there are Marine Expeditionary Units out of the East Coast that come out of Camp Lejeune, out of Camp Pendleton, and then as well that come out of Japan and Okinawa. So they have the 3-1MU that's going to be supporting them. And the 3-1MU is going to have approximately between 2,200 and 2,700 Marines. It's going to have a fixed aircraft, a helo, a part of it as well, logistical Marines that can write contracts. And they also going to have folks that are going to be in different countries and able to move equipment very quickly. There's so many components to a Marine Expeditionary Unit who is designed to be on a ship, quickly deployed to land, back on ship if need be. That's just what we do. So it does make a lot of people speculate that it is a possibility that the 3-1MU could be used in the Strait of Hormuz. And it's something that makes me have a lot of concern. Let me take this off the dome because I'm no longer active duty and it looks a little ridiculous on me right now. But Karg Island, that island was destroyed, or it was at least heavily hammered during the Iraq and Iran war. And the Republic did not collapse when they could not have access to that island back then. And I don't know if they're going to collapse now. Let me just bring you back a little bit. February 1945, the United States spent 15 days shelling and bombing an 8-square-mile island called Iwo Jima. You may have heard of it before. We were preparing it for a Marine assault. We sent over 6,000 tons of explosive on that island. We thought we softened the island up. We thought we were ready to make some stuff happen. We grew to learn that we did not make a dent. We were losing multiple Marines via casualties, at least 6 Marines every second via casualty. That didn't mean everyone was dying, but some type of casualty when we stormed to take Iwo Jima. We eventually did raise the flag over Iwo Jima, but it was such a big toll to the Marine Corps. And I don't know why we would not imagine that the Iranians are not dug in on any of their islands. The Iranians taught Hezbollah how to dig in. The Hezbollah's dug in very deeply in Lebanon. That's why Israel feels like they need to invade Lebanon to get Hezbollah up out of there. So could they be dug in there? Yeah. They also have other islands off their coast. Iran is 6 times the size of Iraq, double the population. They have access to the Persian Gulf and the Gulf of Oman, the Strait of Hormuz. They can close it down effectively with unmanned water boats or drones or whatever, missiles, whatever they decide to do. And I think that they've been planning for something like this. I believe it is a high likelihood they are ready to export oil through the Gulf of Oman versus having to use that island off in the Persian Gulf. And this does nothing but put us Americans in the escalation trap where we decide to escalate when a situation happens And there's no, in my opinion, there's just no good military options to end this quagmire. I think that when you're presented with something like this, you have to decide, do you escalate or do you try diplomacy? I don't know when we do diplomacy. I don't know when we get back to America first. What we need, in my opinion, is de-escalation, and we need to try diplomacy. I would love for us to stop spending so much money every single day. It's as if it's like the war is a steam locomotive. And instead of coal, it's my taxpayer dollars. And it's like a couple of bubbas with a shovel, just shoveling my goddamn taxpayer dollars in the belly of the engine room of that steam engine to keep that thing rolling. Well, lo and behold, if we just switch tracks, not only could we spend less money, we can get to a destination sooner and spend that money elsewhere. So a land incursion into Iran, I think that is what they're trying to draw us into. Iran's end game is just to survive. We have all sorts of objectives that we're trying to do. If we do a land invasion, it will take way more than 2,500 Marines. It will probably take at least 300 to 500,000 troops. I'm talking about like Vietnam era size invasion of Iran. It's a mountainous terrain. They have a humongous military. They have people. For the most part, I think that we may be misunderstanding that they might be more loyal to the Ayatollah than we think. And we would have to shift the fight from the air, in which we dominate, to the ground, which Iran could readily have defensive advantages. There could be dug in places we don't know about. They could be ready in places we don't know about. I don't know. Listen, man, let me tell you something. We've deployed the Marines, bro, but I don't think the headline is as big as it should be. I also don't think we should have forecasted the fact that we deployed them. At the end of the day, Iran is still a threat, and it's going to take at least 2 to 3 weeks. 2 weeks, I'm talking about like if the 3-1 Mu just like speeds ahead to the Middle East, 2 weeks is as fast as it probably would get there. But normally, a lot of times what these Mus would do, they would do drills on the way there. I think the escalation for this is going to be big. I believe that my pocket's about to be hit really hard when it comes to the cost of oil, gas, petroleum-based products, anything that I may concern myself with purchasing. I already told my boss that I have additional work trips I'm supposed to be going on in April. And if the trip is less than a 6-hour drive, I'm just going to fucking drive. Because although gas will be higher, have you seen what's going on with TSA with them missing their second paycheck today? Whereas we have lines in Austin, Texas, which are like hours long just to get through security. We're starting, in my opinion, to have more false flags like that. The guy in Austin wearing a shirt that says Property Allah, like how much of a false flag could you not be? I think that we're bringing so much upon us with this conflict that we're getting away from the concept of America first as fast as we effing can. There's no good military options to end this quagmire. I've said it earlier and I'm saying it again. This is not a 6-week exercise of get in and get out. Not with some people who are literally today, they were willing to stand and be bombed while being interviewed by their state media. And some of their people didn't even freaking flinch, as is whether it was Israel or the United States dropped a bomb or dropped a missile or dropped whatever the hell we hit them with earlier today. I don't know where this goes, but it actually may show weakness on our part as Americans for 2 reasons. Number one, we keep boasting and bragging about this shit on our official websites. The president talks about it, which, hey, we know that's what he does, right? We're using our official sites. We're putting out the videos where if we put out all these videos and footage and Iran is still chugging along, it makes us look ineffective. That's number one. Number two, it makes it look like we had no other choice but to begin to attack this island because we really want the Strait of Hormuz opened up. I don't think they give a fuck if this island is closed. I also don't think they give a fuck if we send the Marines. So now we're in a place where we've done all these extra moves. We're making all these different things happen. And it is a high possibility that we get drawn into something that becomes Iwo Jima adjacent. Do not put Marines on Karg Island. We do not want to be building another memorial on another island because we had to escalate when there may not have been a reason to do so. Those are my thoughts. I hope that we're able to get to diplomacy and get back to fixing my roads and getting my gas prices back down. That is what I would like. First time stopping by, hit the subscribe button. I would love to have you part of the battalion. If this is not your first time stopping by, well, thank you once again for watching me run my grape. For everyone else, we'll speak soon.